Modern times. Good tech, new inventions, the whole package. But with modern technology means modern guns, new poison, new artillery. Hell to be in war if a war were to break out. Right? Well, you're right. This this time this time pass called the Industrial Revolution. So, you may think of the 1990s to now, right? I mean, hell, phones, YouTube, TikTok. No. The early 1900s. So, that means when a zombie guy named Archduke Franz Ferdinand II was killed by a Bosnian nationalist called oh, Gavrilo Princip. If Europe went into chaos, because it kinda had some Cold War tense, but more countries with a rapid growth in technology. It went as well as you expected. Austria-Hungary was pissed at Serbia for causing the assassination, made a list of some outrageous reparations. Serbia was about to accept it until they saw the back page. Kind of like when you forget the back page in a test. And Serbia said no. And Austria-Hungary, with their ally Germany, declared war. Then that caused Russia to join, and since Russia joined France had to join, which meant that Germany would be fighting on two fronts. Not a problem. The Schlieffen Plan, which is to quickly go through Belgium to avoid France's forces in the Ardennes forest. Then quickly conquer Paris and win, in which is known as the Western Front in World War I. And as for the Eastern Front in World War I with Russia, they would wait until the Russians get ready, which would take a while, so they would knock out France in the meantime, and then invade and make it to Petersburg. Later changed it to Petrograd, because it sounded German. Don't worry, Germans, your names are pretty cool, except Adolf or Olaf. And it didn't help that the Russian Tsar Nicholas II had a German wife. In terms of morale, it didn't really help. So yeah. Anyways, they executed it and it flopped. Russia got ready too fast, so they couldn't focus on the Western Front, and then when they tried Belgium, Britain joined. The biggest empire in history, the master of the waves. Yes, that Britain. So considering a new country Germany was, they were kind of screwed. So are things going other places. Serbia was wiped out pretty early and fled to Greece. Government Serbia fled to Greece. Just want to clarify that. And the Ottoman Empire, also known as the dying man of Europe, joins in favor of the Germans. Anyways, so for a while it's just a big stalemate. Just fighting and waiting. In trench warfare. Hell on earth. Rats, mud, diseases. Adding on to that, the new modern technology made things more new and more deadly. There is a reason why 20 million people died, which made soldiers traumatized. Look it up at your own risk. It's disturbing, and Sorry about that. Anyways, I'll continue. You, let me just really quickly get to it. Sorry. It's disturbing and shows the true horrors of war. Then Australia decides to do a campaign on Gallipoli. That completely flopped up to get onto the Ottoman mainland. And during this time, and you may recognize Hitler and Mussolini. Hitler was fighting in the First World War, or as a war hero with Iron Cross First Class. Mussolini was a socialist and was anti-war. He then became pro-war and got kicked out of the Socialist Party in Italy. Anyways, let's go back on track. Back then, and the Balkans started it to become more interesting with a couple newcomers, such as Greece being on the side of France and Bulgaria joining Germany. And now, since Germany is kicking ass against Russia, there's chaos. While Nicholas II is at war, failing at rising morale, then a magic homeless man and became best friends with the Tsar before the war named aimed in a 1970s song named Ra Ra Rasputin, and he was left at home with his German wife. So then the magic homeless man gets murdered, or then a naughty communist named Lenin, and was given a train ride by the Germans from Switzerland to Russia, hopefully cause some chaos. And chaos he did. He created a whole civil war between the red communists and the Tsarist whites. And the Russians kind of pulled out the war. And the civil war would go on to the 20s. So Romania becomes sorry. Okay, Romania joins France's side and gets obliterated by Austria-Hungary and Bulgaria. Now it's time to mention some of the deadliest battles. Verdun, it was by a French castle. The Germans were destroying them, so the British started their big battle at the Somme River to help France get less obliterated. Now it was just a contest who would collapse first, and that was Russia as said previously. They were all worn out. Oh, shit. My script says it's time. For America, baby. Freedom Land had to get in on the chaos after doing the opposite of what America does, which is staying out of conflict. And in 1917, a telegram and was exposed by the Germans, convincing Mexico to join and invade America. So then, since the Germans have been poking in the U.S. too much, and after that, the U.S. declared war. Then the fresh American troops came in and cut slack on the worn-out British and French troops. And they all sent Germany and their allies home. Bulgaria, Ottomans, Austria-Hungary. Then on November 11th at 11 a.m., Germany surrendered. They had to pay harsh reparations. They named it the War to End All Wars. How wrong they could be. World War II time!